Piglet's Inadvertent Adventure is a very sweet little piglet story. This is the first segment of the 23rd episode of the second season of the Book of Pooh. Not too many episodes left after this one. I think there are just two more. And this one is really sweet. Piglet is writing a letter to a relative, and he's saying that it's quite difficult to write this letter because nothing exciting ever happens in his life. And he writes about a cloud shaped like a strawberry, and that's the extent of his letter. But when he goes out to post the letter, this big gust of wind catches the letter and blows it away, and Piglet tries to go after it and ends up having this mini adventure of his own. And while he's having this adventure, he ends up interacting with the other characters, Pooh and Rabbit and Tigger, and has his own little story to tell by the end of it. I won't say exactly what happens in any more detail, but it is really sweet. I love Piglet. Piglet's definitely my favourite character, and it's so lovely to see him having this adventure and enjoying things and ultimately feeling like actually a lot did happen to him. I think it could encourage children to reflect, because I think it's very easy, even in adulthood, to just think, well, actually, it's been a boring day, nothing happened. But when you actually look back and discuss things that you did, you might realise you did more than you expected. Maybe not to the extent that Piglet did. He certainly had quite the adventure, but it can encourage young viewers to reflect on what they've done. And also it can encourage them to write letters, which I always think is a pretty great thing, particularly in the 21st century where letter writing is not as common as it was when I was a child. And it's a sweet story. Everything flows really well. We get to the point immediately. It starts off with Mr. Narrator talking to Piglet as Piglet's writing his letter, and the puppetry work with Piglet holding the pencil is really smooth and lovely to watch, and I really enjoyed it. I do usually prefer the ones with a stronger moral or message, but this one has some good learning opportunities in it, and ultimately is a very sweet adventure story. Piglet's Inadvertent Adventure is pretty great.